Welcome back to Vegas Live with Ninon. You know where I am, Peppermill Lounge, absolutely amazing. And of course we're in Las Vegas. Las Vegas has been shut down for quite some time, but now it's reopening and the activity is amazing. Everybody cannot wait to get out there. The casinos are starting to be busy. I have Jordan Spears with me at the moment, and Jordan Spears is actually, he's connected with financial.
Yes.
So and I think we're a little bit sort of up in the air at the moment about financial. What is going on? Are we in good shape or bad shape? What is going on, Jordan?
That is
Always a joke, huh?
That is the question of the year, I would probably say.
Yeah.
Right now, we're going into uncertain times. We don't know what's going to happen next month with the election.
But are we not anticipating to prepare ourselves of what might be going on?
Correct. So there are some defensive strategies that you can implement for yourself to get your family protected.
Yeah.
One of them probably is education. I preach education, getting yourself to understand what your money's doing so it can do what you'd like it to do.
Yes. So when you talk about education, you're talking about the older generation. You're not talking about children. You're talking about the people that are in business or starting to work or whatever their financial situation is. Check it out.
Yes, 100%. So I would say families, entrepreneurs, everyone. If you have kids, if you're elderly, if you're getting ready to get out of the workforce, start taking more attention and paying more attention to what's going in and out of these accounts.
I don't think people are understanding that, because although they're not working and they're working at home, and then they say, well, I'm not spending money here, so therefore I'm going to spend it there. Is it better to kind of cut down the spending, save a little bit in case what happens? We've got this election coming up, which is going, we don't know where it's going.
Correct.
We've got one person out there rallying all over the place, and we've got another person, I don't know, was at home not going anywhere. So the person at home seems to be relying on ads and money. And the other person, I'm not mentioning names because I'm not into politics, and the other person is sort of, out there really doing, what a politician actually does. And does that bother you? They're so different.
So it does, because it represents America and Americans, and when we have those strong differences, it really, I feel like, pulls us farther apart. When, in all honesty, if you ask most people, have a conversation, we're pretty equal aligned.
I could just say, with what they're doing in politics, and I'm not into politics at all, but it seems to be getting people not to be friendly. And that's not America. America is the total opposite. That's why we've always got on so well, and that's why we've always had this incredible feeling with and welcoming other people from other countries into our country, because that's America.
Exactly. Innovation is going to come from multiple different places.
Yes.
Well, it's going to be homegrown, but it's also going to come from abroad.
Oh, yeah. Where are you from?
I'm actually born and raised. I'm a local.
You're a local.
Las Vegas.
But your families, are you Filipino?
No, so I'm Native American and Black. So my family's from the East Coast, Rhode Island.
Okay.
The Narragansett Indian tribe.
Okay.
Very small tribe. They met the Pilgrims, so look that one up. And then New York City is where my mother's from.
Your mother's from? Oh, I love people from New York. Oh my God, New York City is the greatest place in the entire world. I think. I don't know about now what's going on, because that's the greatest city in the entire world has always been New York, and now look what happened. It's like, what happened?
It's almost like the great city of Rome falling, it feels like.
That's right, yeah. Well, look at the Roman Empire. Funny you should say that. Everybody has their turn. Isn't that so? So maybe we've had... Oh, I don't want to say maybe...
No. Let's not speak that into fruition.
Let's not put that into the equation at all. So what is your best... you feel that people should really start taking care of their financial status and realizing that it might not be the same next year, because we're like a couple of months out of next year.
Yeah.
So we've got November and December. We're nearly the end of October. So starting with 2021, which I think nobody can wait for that. They can't wait for 2021. No one's too happy with 2020. It's a little dodgy. I don't know. I nothing happened to me.
Thankfully.
But nothing happened. Then nothing happened. So you always want something to happen. So I don't know where that goes.
So true. I mean, I'd probably put it down into these things. If everyone can look into what their debts are doing.
Okay.
What their actual assets, that's your home, your investments, your 401ks and IRAs.
Yes.
If you can get those things in order and start to work on an emergency fund, you'll feel a lot better walking into that new year.
That's interesting. So financially, you're sort of, are you a financial broker or what are you?
I'm a consultant, so I actually handle a comprehensive plan when it comes to...
Do you work for a company or you work on your own?
Yes, I work for a company. It's called Quest Education.
Quest Education.
Startup company based out of Las Vegas.
Okay.
Located in the Southwest, 215 in Rainbow.
Okay.
And feel free to reach out.
How can they reach you?
Yes, they can reach me at my email address, jordan@yourquest. It's YOURQUEST.com. And then my telephone number, 702-843-5437. Call me or text me.
Either way.
Mm-hmm.
So how long have you been in the business?
I've actually been doing this for 6 years.
6 years.
Came right out of UNLV, started into finance.
Wonderful. So what are the difference you've seen between the 6 years and now? I mean, this is really dramatic change.
It actually has been the biggest change I've ever seen in the industry.
And how have you coped with it?
Lots and lots of coffee, lots of lots of use of the Google Calendar, but teamwork. I have a great team here at Quest, so I rely heavily on my team. So that results in a lot of training.
Your number one is take care of your finances as a family.
Yes.
What about the single people out there? Like, I'm not going to talk about the younger generation, like yourself, that have come out and they've got this sort of, they're trying to make a living, and now they don't have a job. How do they cope with that? Yeah,
it's very difficult. One of the things that they're going to have to do is either learn a new skill or double down on their existing skill. There's nothing wrong with taking away and getting your nose to the grind and actually putting in the work.
But you have to put in the work. So actually be ahead of all the other kids.
Yeah.
Or teens or whatever, younger generation, I guess I like to call them.
If one teaches the other, if you're an older person and you actually have some experience with finance, find someone to mentor.
Find someone to mentor to you and put you on that guideline, that straight path to wealth. In other words, don't go, I guess I'm going to call it gallivanting out there and just spend your money, because you might need that money for rent, you might need that money for food.
Yes.
So don't think tomorrow it's going to get better, because it's going to take, it took a little bit of since what is it, January, I'm going to say March actually, until now to have this down. So it's going to take a little while to come back to.
Yes.
How long do you think it'll take?
Honestly, if I had to give a prediction, I'd say about 12 to 18 months. That's
12 to 18 months to get it all back.
I feel like there's an aftershock of the initial,
the
lockdown, the whole quarantine.
Yeah.
But I feel like the one thing about America is that we bounce back and we bounce back better.
We bounce back good. What do you think about this quarantine? Do you think we should all be in it? And some, I've got my own opinions, but that's not. I'm asking you.
Yeah. So the quarantine, I feel like you got to follow the doctor's orders. Whatever the doctor says, that's going to keep you healthy and keep everyone else healthy. So we can open back up. We should follow by that. The masks, the social distancing.
Shouldn't they also use their own initiatives? Like, I don't have it, but I've got a cousin down there, so therefore I shouldn't go and visit them. I should stay where I am. And if just because I don't have it doesn't mean to say that, I can go out and do whatever I want and mix and everything else.
Yeah.
Just be very careful out there. And it's so funny, because when I get in my car now, I get my sanitizer, I do it on my hands. I do it all over the steering wheel. I do it over the gear stick or whatever. And then I also do it on the arm. So this thing is planted. My car's never been so clean. And my hands, I don't have hands anymore.
Just wipes it clean off.
I clean it up all the time.
Oh gosh, that's so true.
These are just things that you automatically start doing, I think, which helps everybody, including yourself. And
it's like discipline, like when it comes to the COVID situation. We know that we have to keep the mask in the car. We know we need to keep the hand sanitizer nearby.
Yes.
I treat the same thing with my clients with finance. You just have to be disciplined about it. If it's even just putting $100 a month away, that's better than nothing.
But $100 is a lot to put away. That's $1,000 a year.
Yeah.
And if you're young, you can end up with a lot of money at the end of it.
Yes, 100%.
So what is your number one thing that you would actually teach the younger generation to do?
Yes, tax-free wealth. And I would say take advantage of that through the Roth IRA or your Roth 401k at work. You should definitely look into that. If your employer has one, if they offer a match, take advantage of it. It's a free money if your employer matches
so you put in so much and they'll put in the rest?
Yeah, that's free money.
How much do they go up to?
Most employers will offer about 3%. Some go as high as 6 or 7% on a free match.
So if you put in 6%, they will put in 6%.
Match you 6% right up to the dollar.
Probably a lot of the people don't know that out there.
Yeah, and honestly, it's probably the biggest misconception with the younger generation is they hear bad things about retirement accounts and they think that they shouldn't start. But the best time to start is now.
I think the best time to start, any account is young. Because something, it's sad to think about it this way, but money gives you freedom.
100%.
It gives you, so whatever you put away and whatever you save, maybe all the other kids are going to go out dancing and spend all their money on drinks and everything, whereas that money you just spent on the weekend, which probably would be $100. Easily, because everything's very expensive. I know you go to any casino now, a drink is anywhere from 18 to 20 to 25 bucks. A drink, one drink. So, you add that up, you could have at least a couple of hundred a month going into your account rather than drinking.
And just that shift of your way of thinking to putting that $100 that you spent on the weekend to putting that in a retirement account or inside of an investment account, that's the difference between retiring at 65 and retiring at 40 and sipping Mai Tais on a beach.
Mai Tais on the beach. And of course, Jordan is from the younger generation, so you don't have to listen to me, I'm like an old hat here. But you understand the younger generation and what they really should do. Do you gravitate more to them than you do the older generation, or do you just mix it?
It's funny. I actually have more older clients. I'm actually just now getting and reaching out to my generation because surprisingly, the same problem has occurred for many years. Schools don't teach us enough about our money.
Oh, I agree with that. They don't teach very little about the money, and I think that should be the greatest class that should ever come out, is a financial class starting from really, really young. You're never too young to learn about money. You're always asking money. I want an ice cream. I want that toy. I want that. But what do you think? It costs money.
And so it's very important to learn how money works. So one of the things that I want to offer to Vegas and bring to everyone is I'm actually bringing a financial literacy course to the market. So I'll actually teach the younger generation and the older generation what they should do with their money, why they should save.
Thing. Yes, the same. Saving is saving.
Exactly.
There's no different way of saving when you're a teenager than when you're an older person. It doesn't make any difference.
Makes no difference at all. The only thing is time. That's the only thing.
Yeah, the older generation don't have the time. The younger generation do. Can you imagine when you're 35, 40 years old, you suddenly look, oh wow, I've got 100,000 in my bank account.
And you're debt free.
And you're debt free. How cool is that?
That feels good.
I mean, amazing. So you're the one to teach the younger generation, and I think that the younger generation definitely need teaching. And I think if you can get out there and help them and do it, because everybody seems to say, "Oh, the younger generation, they know nothing." Well, of course they know nothing if you don't teach them.
Exactly, and I want to bridge that gap. I don't want those conversations to continue to happen because if we come together, the old generation teach the younger generation, now we actually have a better future.
Just saying to my previous guest, there's always 25, 30 years difference between your child and you. Maybe sometimes a little younger, but some a little older. But on an average, there's always that 20, 25-year difference between your child and yourself, or adults and children. So you obviously know something different to what they learn now. So learn from each other.
Pass the information on. Knowledge is power. That's this old saying. And if you don't pass it on, then how is everyone else supposed to know?
How can anybody reach you, Jordan?
Yes, you can go to yourquest.com, which is yourquest.com. Or you can send me an email, jordan@yourquest.com. Or like I said, you can give me a call or a text message, 702-843-5437. And be on the lookout for some of these updates about the course. I definitely think you should look into it. And is it okay if I plug one thing before
You can plug anything you want. This is your show, not mine. I just sit here.
I appreciate you very much. I'm also a partnership with the Calazona Vegas Festival. It's czvfestival.com. Definitely highly recommend everyone buying a ticket because they're actually doing something with comedy. I feel like now more than ever with everything going on.
Yeah, we need a good laugh,
We need a good laugh after being inside for 6 months.
I think we definitely do. And of course, Ron is out there, pushing it and getting it all together.
He's amazing.
He's got a couple of weeks to go. That's all, and then it's out there because he wants to get it out at the same time as the election. So
yes, and they actually have a skit that I think that everyone would really enjoy. It's President Obama versus President Trump. The debate that never happened.
The debate, I was going to say, when did that debate happen? It never did. But they're going to have
now it's your chance to check it out.
So, and this is all on the internet?
Yes, this will all be on czvfestival.com. So check that out. Tickets are on sale right now.
Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Jordan.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. The younger generation I absolutely adore. We learn an awful lot from them because he knows far more than I knew when I was his age. We shall be right back. Vegas Live with Ninon.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, right to jump up and down. Everybody got a right to shake it loose. Everybody got a right to be 100 proof. Whoa, lights, camera, action. Cause we looking for satisfaction. Don't matter where you get it, long as you with it. Me and my crew straight macking. Dressed to the nines, ooh we fine. Looking this good, it could be a crime. Making y'all stop on a dime like. Making y'all stop on a dime. We're not playing around. We're here to get down. To motivate your soul, we want everybody to know, hey.
Cause we so Gucci.
And can't nobody tell me nothing.
Cause we so Gucci. Gucci from head to toe. Cause we so Gucci.
And watch me do a little something, something.
Cause we so Gucci. Gucci from head to toe.
Everybody got a right to be a star. Everybody got a right to raise the bar. Everybody got a right to stand right up. Everybody got a right to raise your cup. Everybody got a right to get on down. Everybody got a right to jump up and down. Everybody got a right to shake it loose. Everybody got a right to be 100 proof. Whoa, all the love we gettin' is the way we representin'. Flossin', bossin', bossin', flossin', this, that top shelf pimpin'. If you
The presidential debate with Trump versus Obama. Oh, I'm telling you right now, I'm Barack Obama, the president, of course. I know you all miss me. This is a debate that you don't want to miss.
Everybody got a right to jump up and down. Everybody got a right to shake it loose. Everybody got a right to be 100 proof. To be 100 proof.
Gucci from head to toe.
If you enjoyed the last show we just did and all the other shows, don't forget to subscribe. Vegas Live with Ninon on YouTube. We've got plenty more coming up and our guests are amazing. So don't forget to subscribe. We'll be right back. Vegas Live with Ninon.